Cheers,
All right,
man.
y'all. Season 3, episode what? 7?
Cheers.
Get your little glass in there. What up?
That's proper.
All right, man.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to number one podcast
In Canada.
That talks about the questions and only about the questions because
We're all about the questions.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you guys doing today?
Man,
Fantastic.
I'm
man.
blessed. I'm always
I just
blessed.
had me a little date.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Wait, what? You back on the market?
Oh, word?
Nah,
Demarcus on the market?
Just like,
What's up
just
with
like,
this?
just like banter, you know.
Oh, it's cool.
You just,
It's
you
a
know,
hangout then.
Oh, so,
Yeah,
so now you dissing shorty.
she ain't gonna see this. There's a sneaky link.
Do you tell her about the podcast?
Yeah,
So she definitely gonna see this.
she might. She actually might.
I like that shit,
All right, bro.
Listen, man, before we get too crazy into it, I just want to tell everybody to turn their volumes up real high, their ambitions down real low, and get ready to listen to us as long as we want. And please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. I like that. Right at the
Finally
beginning.
got
Right
that
at the beginning.
right?
We'll get
Shout out
that
to you,
into
bro.
it.
Shout out to you.
And on that, let me continue it by saying the gal them call me Mr. Beaches. What's up with you?
Hello.
What up, man?
Thank
What up,
you.
Mr. Beaches?
Thank you. To my right?
To your right, you got your boy Demarcus, the R&B king.
Sir.
I was a little bit late on that one, but you know what it. You already know who it is. It's your boy Glue.
What up, Glue?
Since Mr. Demarcus didn't say it, it's your host of the most.
Hey.
Back at it again.
Hey, that's what's up, bro.
Yo, Q baby, you want to put that on mute? Number
yeah,
one.
let
Number
me get that on the
two,
mute, bro.
Do you want to give your segment, bro?
Yeah. So my segment actually is the Netflix recommendation,
You
and
got it.
I do actually have one this week. Yeah.
3 seconds
It's
before?
no, it's Alita: Battle Angel. Now this came out in 2019. It just dropped on Netflix.
Okay.
So if you haven't seen it,
Okay.
go watch
Because
it.
you're always recommending some of these like shows that I never even heard of.
This one's a good ass movie.
Is it? What's it
This
about?
is about an AI. They find her in a junkyard, and she was part of one of these crazy wars. Turns out she is a battle robot. So like one of the strongest.
Oh,
Tough movie.
Yo, yeah, yo.
Bruh,
And they
tough movie.
I was watching it and then I fell asleep, but I'm gonna rewatch
So yeah,
it.
it's tough.
It's super tough.
Yeah.
No, it actually looks tough.
Like you fell asleep, so it's tough.
I was tired though.
I mean, I also did when I watched it the first time, but then I was like, damn, I gotta wake up and rewatch that because that movie was crazy.
I know those ones.
No cap.
Yeah.
No cap.
You know what though? Next up, you got your favorite segment of the week, and this week on Lyric of the Week,
Yeah.
we got a track by your boy Drake.
Okay.
All right.
Come on.
Is there more?
Wow.
All right, that's the title of the track.
Is that a new
Right?
song?
No, it's an old track. old
Okay.
track.
Okay.
And on that track, he says,
Quote.
I'm in control of my destiny, never in doubt. If I can't make it with you, I'll make it without. They say take the good with the bad, I'll take it without.
Damn,
my
unquote.
goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, Jake.
Thank you. I need to spit.
What did we
Yeah,
talk
that's
about
actually
before?
nice.
Last time you said a Drake lyric, I said that this man has the cadence of a god.
It's elite, bro.
It's
That's all
elite,
you can say. Man.
untouchable.
I had a conversation earlier today, and Shorty was like, "I don't listen to Drake." I said, "What?
You don't listen to who?
You from Canada?
Yeah, that's rude as hell.
That is your
That's-
goat.
You got to give your passport in.
You feel me?
What are
Yeah.
you talking about? So, honestly, we already
What,
know
you
how.
gonna say some Tory shit, bro?
No.
Yeah, all right.
It was either, listen, it's one of the two, right?
We're not coming
Right?
out here comparing Drake with Tory.
No, I was
We're not
trying to shout out Michael Bublé.
All right, go ahead with your segment,
doing
bro.
that. Do that, bro.
Michael Bublé, you are appreciated, but like, I'm just,
Yeah, during
we're talking
Christmas
about Drake
time.
right now, though.
In
Like,
Christmas
I'm
time.
capping.
We're-
I'm capping.
We're talking about Michael, but we're talking
But
about
old Drake was way better than new Drake. Just let that out there. Okay, so you guys already know what my segment is why I don't fuck with you, and I can't fuck with you if you always try to be making scenes in public.
Ooh.
Oh,
You feel me?
wow.
I'm genuinely
with that.
with that.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm with
Type of
that.
people who just like attention, being drawn to themselves.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
always
yeah.
gonna act out, fool around, try and garner that attention.
Facts.
I don't need you around me.
Because you gonna make me sit there like this.
Shit, I don't really know him.
You know what I mean?
Or some shit like
You know
that.
what I mean?
bro.
Like I'm not with her. I don't know her or him.
Yeesh.
You know what I mean?
On that note, though,
I feel
Yeah.
what we got this week?
Man, this week we have Why Are You Still Single?
Sheesh.
So I think across the panel, as it stands right now, we are all single men.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So I'm trying to get to know why are you guys still single? So maybe
I want Glue to take.
you
that
want
one
Glue to
first.
start off, yeah, because we do have to. We always got to handle his stuff before we get going.
his stuff is
so-
always so heavy. you feel
Yeah.
me?
So Glue, why?
go off, King.
Why
Why
are
you-
you still single? Do you believe?
I honestly don't want to take this one first. To be real with y'all,
No bullshit.
I feel like y'all want to just come at me. You know what I mean?
Just go off and share your truth.
Why am I still single? That's a great question. I think I'm still single because I choose to be single.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
In past podcasts, y'all are always like, yo, you have so many people wanting to like give their all to you, sacrifice for you,
I never
all
said
these
that.
type of things.
Yeah.
Q baby said that. Sorry,
yeah.
but
Yeah, I said that on the last one. He's
yeah,
on
cool.
it. He's
no,
on it.
No. He said he did. Yeah, cool. No, but they like people want to do that, and I am just I don't feel like I'm ready for that. No, I'm trying, but I just feel like I'm not ready for that, and I think that's why I'm still single. I think I'm
You're still single because you're choosing to be single.
choosing to be single.
All right. Me personally, I think I'm still single because, I mean, I just recently it could be as much as 6 months. Just got out of something, and I've now come to know that I have certain traits and attributes that I've picked up from that relationship, and I found myself in a little situationship after that relationship,
Oh, word.
and I found that I have these newfound triggers.
Okay.
These new boundaries. You can call them boundaries, but to me they're triggers where I can catch myself making you pay for somebody else's mistakes.
Okay.
And so the fact that I'm doing that lets me know that, hey, you gotta take the time to yourself to heal from that shit, unlearn it and try and move on from it. Because right now, for some reason, it's still at the back of my head like that.
So you're saying, so then, I'll also answer this in a little bit, but let me pose this question first because I want to get to know this one. So you're saying that you have a few toxic traits that you carried over from your last relationship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you recognize what they are?
So I think anger. I think
Okay.
just like genuine
one.
anger
Yeah.
is a toxic trait. Because I'm the type of dude. I'm mostly calm, right? And so I always preach about being able to communicate and share your emotions. And I found myself in a situation where I wasn't able to do so. And so what that made me do was sort of bottle shit in.
Okay.
And then when things would reach a point where I couldn't take it anymore, I'm blowing up.
Yeah.
I'm going from 0 to 100, and I don't want to be the kind of dude who just can't, control himself and be able to, calm himself down.
Of course.
So knowing that I was in a situation where I couldn't, feel free to do whatever, I now know that, okay, well, I got to get to a point where that's no longer, or it's still important. Obviously, it's still important to be in a situation where you can be free to share your emotions, but I can't really, one time somebody says something that I might be, I might conceive as if it's not understanding what I'm saying, and I get triggered and I get angry because I'm over here being like, well, no, in my last relationship, I wasn't able to share my shit. So if I even get a hint of not being able to share my shit, I'm going off.
Okay. Word.
I'd rather be like, hey, I think this is important. I think this is something that's it's one of my, I value this in a relationship. This is what I'm looking for. And so I need us to be able to do this in order for me to not, get triggered.
Okay, I'm with that. And Glue, do you have anything that you feel that like is a toxic trait that you're carrying through relationships?
I'm thinking about my answer.
Yeah.
I feel like I copped out a little bit. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So this is why we can't
And
hold
this
you
is
first.
okay.
Hey, well, y'all pressured me to say that,
that's
so I
cool.
try to bounce it off.
It's cool. Go ahead then. Rephrase.
I feel like the reason why I'm single is because I feel like I don't want to hurt people. I feel like that's my biggest thing.
Okay. Okay.
I feel like if I get into a relationship, I'm a little bit afraid to mess up or like I don't know, just genuinely hurt somebody.
So what kind of mess ups are you talking about here? Like I just want to know, like what kind of thing do you think you'll do in a relationship that you will not be able to work through or that will mean the end of your relationship?
I think just like not paying enough attention to somebody. I think I'm like that. I'm so in the mindset of being single that I feel like I'm okay with like not having to worry about people or like take that time and like invest that time into somebody else. I think that is my biggest issue with why I'm so single. But why do you think you're so single? I think I have toxic traits.
Yeah.
Sorry. I think I have toxic traits.
Answer that one as well. Yeah.
But I feel like that all relates to me being single. So the not giving time is a very toxic trait because then somebody feels like they're not wanted.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I think I'm pretty on spot on. I'm 99% just like
I feel like there's a couple more
Lysol.
reasons why.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You think he has some things that he's not?
Who, me?
No, like me.
Oh, you.
personally.
Oh,
you thinking now.
I was like, what I mentioned, that stands, but also, I just can't trust these women.
You just can't trust out here.
Like right now, I can't. I saw something earlier this week, and it was basically saying the premise was you're only capable of loving to the extent that you're willing to have your heart broken.
Okay.
And so I'm at a point where my heart is guarded.
Yeah.
These walls are up, and until I can get to a point where I can at least take it down a notch, I'm not trying to jump into another relationship.
Okay.
Right. I'm trying to protect myself, and so I think one of the reasons why I'm not in a relationship is because I haven't reached a point where I feel comfortable enough to give myself to somebody.
And I think that's
facts.
I think that's a fair point.
I second that.
I would even almost say that like one of the reasons why I'm not single, apart from like maybe all of the little issues that have happened in my past, is one thing like I have a hard time like actually trusting people. Like you know what I mean? Like I think words are really pretty, but in the fact with my like past relationships, like they've never really meant anything. So that moving forward, I'm always just like, yeah, you could be saying this, but like I don't even know what I don't know what you're doing.
And that's beautiful because that makes me think the fact that I almost have like a pessimistic mindset towards things.
Okay.
And so if I meet somebody off the rip, you like for some reason, like I know it's not, you shouldn't be you in the doghouse.
Okay.
So the things you're saying to me, in my head, like you could be saying some sweet ass shit. You could be, professing your love for me and how much I mean to you, all that, blah, blah, blah. And in back of my head, as you're saying that, the tape recorder that's playing over and over again is like, yeah, that's cap.
That's wild.
Wait, hold on. So they're in the doghouse without even like getting to the point?
It's like that 30 days.
That's currently where I'm at.
You give them like a 30-day probation, like at work. Like if they mess up within that time, it's just they're donezo right
essentially.
away.
And so like, I don't know. I'm just not
3-month probation.
Is it 3 months? I thought it was 30 days.
No,
I've worked at some bummy places apparently. Okay. So I would.
Yeah, but okay. So
do you want to keep going with that, or do you want me to say my?
What are your toxic traits? Yeah. What are your toxic traits?
So I'll go with my toxics. And my toxic side, I think personally, like where if I take the other person out of it completely, my toxic traits come from self-sabotage.
Okay.
So I'm really at any given moment, like I could have an amazing night with this person. We could be like having a good time. Everything is 100%. Nothing negative happened at all. The next day, I could wake up and I could be like, yeah, this person doesn't even like me. So then I feel like either at that moment I decide to try harder or I just sit back and wait to see what they do.
right.
And that's not good because I should be able to stay consistent. And I've now found a way to like, if I can't make myself feel like everything's like okay, I can still look like I'm still consistent in this relationship until I get positively reinforced.
So would you say that right now you wouldn't mind not being single?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. Yeah, oh yeah, I wouldn't mind it.
You got anybody special in your mind?
yeah. I would not mind not being single.
Do you have anybody special that you've been talking to?
I'm big chilling, man.
Word? Nobody, none at all.
Nah, bro.
Oh, okay, word.
Nah.
Do you feel like you can handle not? Like I know I could like handle it.
I'm just waiting for something.
Yeah. See, like that's the thing. Do you feel like you're healed as well at the moment? Do you feel like you're healed? Because I know I'm healed. Like I took the time to step out of myself. No, real shit.
Healed, huh?
Let's be honest.
You
though.
healed?
Like let's be honest though.
Right.
I took myself out of certain situations.
Okay.
Focused on myself for a while.
Week 2. Yeah.
It was more than that.
2.5.
It was more than that.
Okay.
And then I got back into something completely different. You know what I mean? So it was two different.
And it's a different vibe now, right?
Yeah, different vibe.
Because I was with you the other day. You was geeked up.
I'm always geeked up.
I mean, last week we was trying to prep for the party, and you was on your own, just with that shit little smile on your face, texting this.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to be happy in my phone.
No, I want you to be happy.
That's where I'm at right now.
I just don't want you to get lost in the sauce.
And that's fair. And
right?
it's never, I never am not like at the same time. I'm never not putting myself like in the situation where it's like completely. If something were to happen, I would just be like a wreck again. Like you know what I mean? Like I do hold back some of my own
a
emotions.
little bit, especially this early.
Yeah,
right?
like I'm not, again, like we've had conversations. I've disagreed with Landon because Landon just feels like there's nobody out here that's gonna hurt anybody.
Right.
Even though now he's saying a little bit something different. I'm not even trying to come at you.
So
I'm just saying.
It's hard to get a read on him.
Yeah, like my answers from the podcast thus far have been like I stay guarded until I know I can start putting down certain walls, and like I do those through like. Not tests, but like I do them in like situations where I'm not putting up that much to risk just to see like what the response would be. Mm-hmm. So I've done that enough to know that like I don't need to be super guarded while I'm still like watching my feelings. Like that's how it is.
I think like we're talking about like what is something that holds you back, right? Mm-hmm. Like so I think like one of my holdbacks are like orbiters, bro. And we'll do a podcast about orbiters, but like people
explain what an orbiter is. Bro.
Orbiter is like a person that like keeps coming back into your life from your past, technically.
If you know anything about space, an orbit is a circular pattern or whatnot. And so if you think about someone being an orbiter, they're just circling around, just waiting, dropping in from time to time, type shit.
They go behind the moon a little bit and they come back around.
I think that's like one of my biggest things that happens in my life is like people just come back and then try to fuck my shit up.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Wow.
Wait. Wow. Why do they come back?
Wow.
Why do we think they would come back?
Wow.
Could it be
that
you like to continue a relationship with people that you've previously been sexually intimate with?
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
I think it's because I'm cordial, but I'm not trying to become best friends with you. I'm not trying to run it back next time.
But you've from many podcasts have said you think there's no issue with being best friends or being friends. Being friends with your ex, right? And so when you talk about that, when you state that, and then now you're talking about one of the holdbacks is the idea that I got these orbiters. Where do you think these orbiters are coming from?
I agree with everything you're saying. I think whilst being single, it's okay to have your orbiters. But I think when you start to try to form a relationship is when you have to cut the orbiters off.
Right.
But let me ask you guys a question, right?
Yeah.
What happened in your last relationship that has been the detriment to now your
Why do I have trust issues?
future
sort of
relationships?
thing?
You want me to take that first?
Go ahead and take that first.
Yeah, go ahead. Go.
I think for me, it was the words and the actions. They weren't in alignment, and that's why I almost have this pessimistic outlook on the world or the things that people say to me, because you can say some shit, and I found myself believing that shit, and then I put myself in a situation where I'm getting hurt, and so if I I guess don't believe every word out of your mouth and just sort of look to your actions, then I'm not really getting sold on anything other than what you're actually doing. And I'd rather be sold on what you're actually doing than the words coming out of your mouth.
Okay.
Facts.
So what I'm carrying over is the fact that I'm so adamant on your actions matching your words, and if they're not in alignment, I'm not trying to hear nothing.
Like I would rather, like, because we all know actions speak louder than words, right? So I would rather your actions show me something more than what your words are saying, and then I know what kind of level we're on. Like I can gauge it better.
That's totally fair.
But to add to that though, like if you're a person who receives loves via words of affirmation, or you think you're capable of, then you might not. You're saying that the actions speak louder for you. Are you capable of then not so much loving the person the way you know how to be loved, but loving the person in the way that they know how to receive love? And so you don't need words of affirmation. You want their actions to match their words. Are you then capable of being with somebody who needs words of affirmation and giving them that even though that's not what it is for you?
100%, because I feel like if I'm really, 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 really fucking with you like that, like I really like you, then I'm going to do everything in my power to continue that vibe of a good time, or continuously make you like me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to put that on a halt. I don't want to slow that down. I want to like have that same energy all the time. So whatever you need, I'm gonna try and provide. There's certain things obviously right now that I can't provide, aka time, but like everything else, I'll do my best. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry to keep cutting you off.
Sorry, yeah.
No, it's cool.
Okay,
No. You guys, I can remember. I'm gonna remember what I.
Okay,
so you guys can jump in.
So what happened? What happened to you in the past that makes you who you are today?
I was just gonna say for this one specifically, I've just never had like security. You know what I mean? Okay. Like, there's never been like a security where I know that I'm fine. Like,
even with the title.
Even with the title, for the most part, like this, like 100. Oh my god, yeah. Even with the title, the last I would say like 6 years of my life, I've never been in a secure relationship. You know what I mean? So I always had to just guess what was going on. I would ask, and they would kind of be like, "No, it's fine," and then the next day it would be just super ass. So it's like where I'm at right now has just been a cause and effect of the situations I've been in.
So I mean, when I hear you say that, it's been going on for the past 6 years.
Yeah,
the common denominator I see there is you.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
So is there something that you're doing?
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's allowing these sort of actions to take place.
Oh, and 100% there was. Yeah, there was 100%.
I would be off the top of your head.
Yeah, I know exactly what it is. I would just like not allow. I wouldn't be myself in these situations. So I would do what I would act in a certain way to make them be happy. So if I was acting myself and they responded to it negatively, I wouldn't just be like, that's not good for me. I would just be like, okay, cool, I'll just stop doing that then. So at the end of it, or at the crux of the relationship, when it was getting to the point where I was like, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. I wasn't even acting like myself when I was with that person.
You lost yourself at that point.
Exactly. Okay. Like I've had people, like I've talked to them after the fact, and I've literally watched my whole aura just change completely.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like just completely shut down. I can't even like fully talk to them because I don't know what I can say anymore, and I don't know how I'm supposed to act and all that shit. Just because like now I'm at a point where all the time I'm acting like myself.
Right.
I don't feel like I'm putting on a front for anybody. So that was the one thing that I did in every single relationship up until this point.
I like that.
Yeah.
Going forward though.
Yeah.
So we've pinpointed some of the toxic traits. We've pinpointed why, the things we've picked up from previous relations that are currently prevalent in our lives right now, and we talked about why we're not single, or why we are single, sorry. So now we're at a point where, based on all this information we've gathered, what are you looking for in your next relationship? What are you hoping to find that'll make you be like, you know what? Yes, I'm ready to jump into another relationship.
Yeah. And Glue, do you want this?
No, I won't start this one.
You want me to start this one?
No, let me end this one.
Okay, cool. I'll start this one off.
Are you scared?
Yeah, oh God. So what I would probably be looking for in a relationship is, and this is obviously like maybe like the first signs of things that I look for. This is just like the thing that I want to be in every person in my future. Like, you know what I mean? It would have to be in every person. This is not like the specific things that make someone them.
Right.
Like, this is the stuff that I would look for. Just the blueprint, right?
Okay.
So one, I'm just gonna need to be able to act like myself.
That's a given.
As soon as I can't do that,
Bar is on the ground.
that's the bar.
Yeah.
As soon as I can't do that, it's not going any further.
Okay.
So if I'm hiding any things that I'm doing, if I don't feel like I can be honest about like the things that I like, then it's not happening.
Yeah.
Number two, I'm looking for some sort of person that is like, that might not even like some of the shit that I do, but they show some sort of interest.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So if I'm like, yo, I'm super into Pokemon cards, I'm not saying you got to go and buy a deck and all that. But like, if you're like, yo, okay, but like, what kind of Pokemon cards or blah, 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 some dumb shit like that. Like, just show me that
Sounds real specific.
Well, that's just, I mean, I do play a lot of Pokemon.
Did that
I
happen?
don't be trading, but
Okay.
like, I mean, don't worry about that. Hey, we don't got to get into Pokemon.
It's crazy because I swear you told me a story similar to that while you were getting geeked up about this, new shorty.
It doesn't, don't worry about what's going on, all right?
Should we get, okay.
My
bad.
all right? It should be proper. Anyway, so if I can't do those kind of things, then I'm going to be like, all right, this is not the situation I need to be in. And not to say that you can't audibly say, hey, I'm not into this as like, as my partner. But if you're just disrespecting the stuff I'm into, we're not going to be able to go forward.
Okay.
So those are probably maybe like the two biggest things that I'm looking for now.
Yeah.
And then just someone I get along with, right?
Yeah.
Is that's going to be like the third option there.
I'm gonna pick two.
Okay.
There's a lot of things.
There's a
Obviously,
lot.
Everybody got
Give me
their
a
own
blueprint.
list. I'm gonna give you two that are at the top or near the top.
Okay.
The first thing I think would probably have to be how you deal with conflict.
Ooh, really big.
So I'd like to have an understanding of how you are when you're backed up against a corner, and how you deal with conflict. How you deal with confrontation. Yeah. Are you the kind of person that shuts down? Are you the kind of person who pipes up? Or are you the kind of person who needs a second? Do you need 24 hours to then sort of wrap your head around how you're feeling before you deliver the message about how you're feeling? Or are you somebody who's just not down to deal with their emotions? Right. I need to know these things. Because I'm the kind of person who I'll obsess and get anxious about if your body language is different towards me. I'm picking up on that. I'm very observant about that stuff. So I pick up on that, and I want to know because I want to fix it right away. If you're not trying to fix it right away, that's gonna be a problem.
All right, let me ask you a question on top of that then. So what is the ideal response of conflict? Like how does somebody ideally respond to conflict with you then?
I love that you asked me that question.
Yeah.
Man. The ideal response would be somebody who's just straight to it. No bullshit, no beating around the bush. They just give it to me straight. Yeah. Hey, if I mess up, I do something that you don't like, just
nip it right away, right?
Let me know right now. And as somebody who's with you, who cares about you, I know that I'm gonna want to, do things differently in ways so you don't feel upset or you don't feel that weight towards it. Give me the opportunity to help the situation. Yeah. I don't want to have to sit there and try and read your mind. I'm sorry, I'm not a mind reader. Yeah. Just give it to me.
I totally agree with that too, because like if I do truly care about you, I'm giving you like the range to be able to say whatever the fuck you want to say to me. Like a random stranger on the street's not coming up to me and being like, I don't like that you do this. You know what I mean? Like I'm giving you that ability, like that power in my life, so you can use that. Yeah, definitely use that, because that's something I want to know, right, going forward. So what's the other one? You had two.
Yeah,
right?
I had two. Another one is not as high up there, but it's up there still.
It's cool. It's part of the blueprint.
At the point I'm at in my life, I'm looking for someone who shares similar values.
Okay, that's big. Right? That's big though.
So I want us to have the same sort of family goals or share the same sort of family values.
Like life goals, and maybe too.
Not necessarily life goals, because everyone has different passions. But I want it to be like, okay, when you think about a family, you want to raise them this way, or you want to raise them that way, or you have a plan, or you have an idea of the kind of person you want to be when you have your own family. Okay. At the point I'm at right now, I don't want to say I'm dating to marry right now, because it just puts a lot of pressure off the rip, and I'm not trying to do that.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I'm dating with a little bit of intention. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And so if I feel like, maybe you've had everything handed to you in your life. You never have to work hard a day in your life, right? And I'm someone who's had to grind for the majority of their life. I know that we probably differ in values.
Mm-hmm.
So when we think about having a family and raising children, you might be, you know, a little lackadaisical, or just like, or you might give up a little bit easier towards certain things. Yeah. Whereas I'm someone who's going to want to have to push and express that, hey, not everything is going to come to you easy. You got to keep working, and that hard work is going to eventually pay off. I know that people work hard all the time and still don't get where they want, but you got to at least have a drive.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
so
you have to have drive.
Off the top of my head, those are the two that I can think of.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Now, you had a little time to think about it. So, what are some things for you that you're looking for to move forward with?
Man, I was listening to both of your guys' points, and y'all were killing. Like, no cap. That sounds like the perfect. You know what I
appreciate that. Yeah.
Those are the top 5 things.
Yeah.
That you would need in a significant other. I think, like, for me, one of the biggest things for me is like matching my energy.
Okay.
I'm a very energetic person. Like I'm always talkative. Sometimes I'm quiet. Like whatever. It varies.
For the most part, you're very positive.
I'm very positive and very like uplifting all the time.
Yeah.
So I would need that same type of person to be my person.
Okay.
You hear me? And I think when you don't match those energies, even like to the small type of thing, we're like, yo, let's try this. Actually, no, that kind of plays into my second one. But just matching my energy, right? And your energy has to be as high as my energy is, or close, or mine could be lower than yours, whatever.
Yeah, we're
always gonna be on that same wavelength.
Some range. You want some range, though, right? Like, you know,
exactly.
What I mean? Like,
I want a positive, energetic person. That's what I need.
Yeah.
My second one is open-mindedness. So like,
I like that one.
That's big. Yeah.
Right.
That's also big.
So like what I was gonna say before.
Like, don't kink shame me.
You know, I could have thought of 1,000 responses. I never thought that's where you was going with that one.
Okay.
No, facts though.
No, you right.
No, that ass. Like I want you to have open mind. Like, no. Watch it.
Was you dead ass?
No. I'm dead ass with him. I'm dead ass with him. Try a ting. You know what I mean?
No, 100.
Be experimental.
Yeah,
but like other than that side of things,
that's
like
both ways. That's
for instance, like if I love anime and you don't fuck with anime, well, give me a time, try and come watch anime, just like the Pokemon cards, right?
Like the Pokemon
or like if you,
that's probably more in the range of what I'm talking about, though, because
like the open minded.
You ain't got to be buying Pokemon and trying like it's called. That'll be me.
Yo, babe, I bought a Pokemon set. Hey, yo, you geeked up.
I mean, if you was like that, then we go have a good time.
That's my shorty. But no, like for instance, like if we go out somewhere and like I want you to not to be that person that judges a book by its cover.
Okay.
I want you to be like, okay, cool. We see this person. They could be whatever. They could look whatever way. But when you meet them, you give them a fair chance to prove who they are to you. So then you can make a just decision about who that person is.
Right.
And a lot of people can't really do that. So like when you first meet like a group of friends, like, oh yo, she's a hoe, he's a slut, da 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 da.
Yeah.
Right? You're judging people. Like, why are you doing that? You don't even know that person.
Yeah.
They could be the most amazing person. They might just move a certain way that you don't agree with.
Yeah.
But you never know behind the surface, they could act totally different.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like I need you to have that open mindedness, that okayness to accept anybody and base that person off of how they show themselves to you.
Okay,
so
for sure.
what was the first point you mentioned?
Keep matching the same energy.
Yeah, same energy.
And so when you were explaining that, a question popped in my head.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about the idea of opposites attract?
I think it works, personally.
Because you're talking about you being a high energy person and then you want to be with somebody who matches your energy. And I'm talking about you, a high energy person. And if we're going on the fact that opposites attract, then you might find yourself with a low energy person. Because me, I'm predominantly a low energy person.
Right.
But I have been with people who have high energy.
When you're around me, you high energy, bro. You geeked up 99%
you
of
get
the
me,
time.
you get me geeked. I'm always doing some shit to piss me off.
We on that move.
But I've been in situations, right, where I'm with somebody who's like super high energy, super social, and super extroverted, but I'm,
a little bit
introverted. I'm a little bit on the quiet side. You might have to step to me, have a conversation with me to really get to know me, right? And so I just want to know, like, what do y'all think about the idea of opposites
you want to
attract?
say first? I personally think that like you can't be polar opposites. Like you can be maybe opposite in a few areas, but if your core personality is opposite, you're gonna just run into issues. Like you like it's just gonna become fights. And I think that like Like, let's say, for example, I'm the type of dude, like, I just like to chill, like, inside the crib all the time. You're the type of person that always wants to go outside. Like, that's going to become an issue because I'm not coming out with you. You're not chilling with me at home. So if, like...
But we could reach a compromise.
We could reach a compromise, but imagine if my love language is quality time, and you want to spend it all outside, I want to spend it all inside, and we just don't want to do the same thing all the time. Like, that's going to take a hit.
As your girl, I'd approach you, be like, well, if quality time is, your love language, if we stepping outside, you still spending time with me.
Yeah, but I don't like to go outside, babe.
You don't like to go outside, but you with me. You know I like to go outside, so why can't you meet me halfway?
Yeah,
and
and
step
I'll come with you every now and then, but for the most part, I like to chill inside the house.
So to me, that's a simple conversation to have with a shorty.
Yeah, but where does that go, though?
Well, it goes with, me as the girl in the situation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come kick it with you in bed for a little bit, right?
and then
from time to time,
I'm supposed to come out the house.
Yeah.
But then I don't want to, though. I'm just doing it just because I'm like, I'll make you happy.
Yes.
But the whole time I'm like, dude, fuck this shit. It sucks.
You better, if you want to be booed up at some point and got wife and kids, you better reach a point where you might not like a certain situation. You might not want to do something, but you're going to do it regardless because I know it makes you happy. And if you're happy, I'm less stressed.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that's classic. That's classic.
But at the end of the day, there's 7 billion people on this earth, and more of them are women. So you could definitely go find another girl to go chill with that is on the same energy match as you. I'm not trying to pull no shorty up to be with me. Like either you're on my level or you're not on my level. That's it.
You don't want them to work to get.
I don't need you to change yourself for me. I don't need to compromise that heavy. That's a heavy compromise.
No, it's not. I don't think that's a heavy compromise. I don't think that's you changing who you are.
I'm doing it.
That's you sort of being an understanding person in a relationship where you're not going to agree on everything, but when we reach points where we disagree, how do we meet halfway?
Yeah, but you could go out and this is also okay. Before we continue, I feel like what I'm about to say is the issue with our society right now. Okay, but there's always another person to facilitate that need.
Oh yeah,
right.
Sure, yeah.
That's a big issue with our society,
yeah,
with our age group especially.
Yeah, they look right away.
Right, but it's like I understand the compromise, but if one person is introverted and the other person is extroverted, that's never gonna work. Like it's literally impossible. That's a polar opposite.
I'm not agreeing with that.
But if
you think it'll actually be able to work on that,
take this in. Okay, you like going out though, right?
From time to time.
Okay,
I'd most likely like to be in the crib.
Okay, but if you're shorty wanted to go all the time, she never wants to stay home, and say you were in a city that was more predominant or would allow you to go out more often, right? Yeah. So if you had that type of city and she wants to go every single day of the week, what are you saying?
She gotta check herself. If you and me, you gotta understand that I'm not like that.
And this is what I'm saying. You can just find another.
No, but listen, no.
All right, go ahead.
Because then we're playing on the whole 80-20 rule. Where you're not getting this 20%. That 20% is you staying in the crib and kicking with me.
Yeah.
But I'm getting all the other 80%. You got these maternal instincts that just blow my mind every time. We vibing. We have the same values. We deal with confrontation really well. But you like to go out all the time, and I don't. I'm not about to step out on a shorty just because that she likes going out all the time. Just so a lot of people like going out. Like my experience, women typically they want to be taken out on dates. They want to do stuff. They want to do activities and whatnot.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you with me and you rock with me, then you got to take into consideration that I don't typically like going out all the time. So if I'm going out, that's got to be a way that I'm expressing my love for you, and that's how I'm showing that I appreciate you. And so, and vice versa, I would appreciate you to match my energy in that aspect by kicking it with me in the crib from time to time.
Yeah, but then it becomes this becomes the problem, because then they'll start saying, yeah, but now I'm always the one making plans to go. Like, you never want to go out. So
as that person who's reaching that compromise, you as well have to take initiative as well. You can't leave it all up there. Because I'm typically, I'm not gonna lie, I'm the type of dude that I'm down for whatever. If you just sign me up, let me know how much we about to spend on it, and we'll do it.
Okay.
A lot of times, like, I don't think of these things, but like, I'm not saying I don't ever. I do from time to time. Mm-hmm. But I think that in another way to express that you care about this person, taking the initiative to sort of plan something that you know that they would like is another way to show somebody that you appreciate and you love that person.
And I get that, but I think that naturally people will do what they like to do. So even if I'll put in that effort for, let's say, like a month, I'm like, yeah, okay, my girl likes to go out. I hate going out, but I'm gonna think of some things. I think of a few dates, blah blah blah, like 3 dates for a month. I'm like, that was a lot for them, they're like, you're barely even doing anything.
Mhm.
So I feel like that's where it starts to like not match up, because even though I think I'm doing something, you're like, yeah, this isn't really enough for me. And then after a while, I'm gonna see that it's not enough. So then I'm not gonna put in that much of the work anymore,
We playing a
because
game
you know
now.
what I mean. And
Yeah.
now we're going back and forth, and now we're just gonna get to the point where it's gonna be toxic. And then now I'm not trusting you when you go out, and now you're mad at me because I'm saying, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So eventually, I feel like anything that you have a polar opposite with, it's just gonna get to the point where those problems just don't meet up.
And that's completely valid.
Yeah.
From your point,
Of course.
from your standpoint.
Yeah, and if you
But
think you can
but
work.
from my standpoint,
Yeah.
I just feel like no matter what our differences are, if we're two adults who have the ability to communicate, we can find a common ground.
And that's
I
fair.
agree.
That's fair. If you're really open to it, you can find a common ground.
Can I add one more thing onto my list?
Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead.
I just want to say, I need my shorty to have girlfriends. I need her to have friends.
She can't just have all guy friends.
Oh, she can have just friends in general.
She needs friends.
She needs friends.
But what if some people aren't blessed to have friends, even though they're like an amazing person?
They're a fucking weirdo.
I'm not coming to any of y'all. I think
I don't want to agree with that, but yeah. But like no, like I think like
I don't agree with that at all.
You got friends.
No, I am joking. I'm fucking with
You
y'all.
got
I'm fucking with y'all. But what I'm saying is
I
like
mean, I think that sometimes like girls just don't get along with other girls.
What does that say about you? You ever take a step to dive deep in that? Why do I not have as many girlfriends?
this is what I'm saying.
But they might
That's a
not have
great
that
que-
many
that's a
guy
great
friends
question
either.
to ask a girl. I'd actually want to know.
I would love
I
to
don't
know
wanna
that
know
one,
too.
actually. Yeah, we're gonna
I
talk
just
to
think like
somebody.
a girl needs girlfriends. Some or a guy, whoever
Just
you're
people
dating.
need friends.
People need friends
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, it's cool not to have friends. It's cool to be riding solo, dolo. But like at the same time, I don't always want to be the one having to go out with you.
Okay.
I
No
think
cap.
that's what
Like,
does take a lot of the problem away, though. Realistically speaking, when they
How
have
so?
like friends and stuff that can handle those kind of things.
Yeah, yo, go out with your girlfriends, have a great time.
Yeah, facts.
I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna go with my guy friends.
Just
whatever.
don't be trifling.
I'll be on the sticks.
Just
anyway. I
don't
even know.
disrespect me. Is
Yeah.
what I was saying. Hey, you go out, you turn up with your girlfriends, you do whatever the hell you want. Just don't disrespect me.
No, that's what
Facts.
I'm saying. That's what I'm
Use
saying.
it, and
I
Yeah,
agree with
simple.
that.
And listen, man, I think on that,
Yeah,
we finna end this podcast.
Sirski.
Hello. Outros. My outro. That is the scripted outro of this podcast. Nothing
Every
else is scripted.
Every week. Every week.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram
Yes.
because we trying to get our following up.
Hey,
No
follow
cap.
us on Instagram, man.
trying to get a growth
Road
up.
to 1K.
That's what I'm saying.
For
Y'all,
real.
listen. Wait, before you do go on, I just want to say, hey, I asked for 100 subs. Y'all gave me 100 subs.
Bet.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, that.
Hit us up on Insta now, bruh. We gonna be you and I. Hey, you and I together. We're gonna do this.
Hey, man.
Yes,
Teamwork
sir.
is the dream work.
Yes, sir.
Facts.
All right, keep going.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, sir.
And on YouTube. Follow or listen to us on. Okay, so there's like a plethora, right? There's Spotify,
Yeah.
Apple Podcasts,
Yeah,
Google Podcasts,
100%.
Audition. No, not Audition. What's the thing that we upload our podcast on? Audacity.
Audible.
Audible. Shout out to Demarcus. This is mine right here. Smart.
You actually,
right. This
we
guy's
actually
got
got
that
a
head top
podcast
on.
on Audible?
Yeah, bro. I'm pretty sure.
Maybe
You know Audible's for books, right?
books, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
we-
you capping
we-
that. You
we-
capping.
I was
You're
just
capping
just
for you.
spitting it.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, that Audible seems like a stretch. But
No, I don't think it's Audible.
We
but
might-
it's something
Okay.
else.
Okay.
They might have podcasts. on there.
Anywho, yo, listen.
We'll
Wherever
find
you
out.
listen to podcasts, we're on there. All right.
Not if it's on like a weird microwave sort of setup that you got going on at home. Like if you're listening to us on that, you're the only one that's got. Anyway, keep it going.
Sorry, I laughed into the mic. But yeah, yo, shout out to all our first time listeners. Shout out to all our repeat offenders. Please share this with your friends. Try and make us blow up. That's about it for
Like
me.
I'm just saying, if it's like
feel
a
me?
potato set. Anyway,
No.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Listen, man. I just want three things. Number one, stay healthy. Number two, stay safe. And number three, for the love of God, please stay out the streets.
And it's me saying to put on the last thing we talked about when we was, addressing what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Figure out what exactly it is you're looking for.
Oh, yeah.
All right. And if those are things that you're willing to compromise on, cool, great. If they're not, those are your standards. Set those standards and don't settle for anything less than your standards. All right. Because you don't deserve anything less than your standards.
100%.
But on that note, man, take care of yourself. Take care of your mental. Peace and love.
Shout out to Demarcus though.
My
Thanks,
God,
man's
man.
killing it.
This
We
guy's coming
back-to-back
very
weeks,
just
bro,
nice.
for
Yo.
real.
Just nice with it.
Gang, gang.
I just want to say, make sure you find somebody to match your energy. Compromise is a big part of a relationship. So don't just like, yo, this person isn't hitting one thing. Let me go move on to the next. Like if it's not that big of a thing, work on it. If it's a big thing, bring it up.
Especially if they're showing effort too.
Facts.
Right?
If they're trying for you, if somebody's trying for you, oh my God.
I mean, effort isn't everything. You could try your hardest and you can still not be it.
Well, you don't. Yeah, you might not be it, but at least like recognize, like, you know what I mean.
You ain't never lied though.
You ain't never lied.
You
Like,
ain't never
You ain't
lied.
never been wrong to this
I just
date.
want
but-
to say real quick, just because I get on here and preach the shit, don't mean I actually follow it. I try, but 9 times out of 10, I'm bullshit.
True, like a lot of okay, I'm not gonna say I'm bullshit.
Success rate.
But a lot of things are easier said than done. To put things to the test is really challenging, especially when you're faced with adversity and you have your feelings and emotions in that situation. But we try and do our best. You know what I mean, we ain't trying to cap. We ain't cappers. And for y'all don't know what that means we're not lying.
I ain't no lying.
And if you don't know what that means, I mean, shit. Don't stop listening to podcasts, but up your game on the urban language.
Hit us up in the DMs and we'll help you with the urban side. It doesn't matter. Anyway.
Anywho, yo, listen, man. Shout out to everybody listening.
Zersky.
Stay humble. And we'll see you in the next episode.
Later.
Peace.
Bye.